We all feel things, right? Every single day. But what if I told you that the way you think about your emotions is actually all wrong? Today, we're going to break down your feelings in a totally different way, a kind of mechanical view that could completely change how you deal with them.
Think about it. When a big, strong feeling hits you, what's your first instinct? You try to name it, right? I'm angry. I'm feeling sad. But here's a crazy thought. What if putting a label on that emotion is the very thing that's keeping you stuck?
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with the basic anatomy of an emotion. Then we'll get into the huge difference between the label and the actual sensation. We'll look at the storytelling trap that gets us stuck, learn how to anchor ourselves in the present, and finally, talk about how to just let emotions flow.
Okay, let's jump right in. From a purely mechanical point of view, an emotion isn't really what most of us have been led to believe it is.
Here's the core concept. Every single emotion you feel is actually made of two distinct parts. It's not one thing. It's a combination of something that's not physical and something that is very physical. So first up, you've got the non-physical part, the label. This is literally just the word we use for the feeling. Happy, sad, angry. It's a mental idea tied up with all the thoughts and memories and stories we have about that particular word. And then there's the second part, the sensation. Now, this is the physical stuff. This is the actual, real energy you feel in your body. That tightness in your chest, the butterflies in your stomach, the heat rising in your face. It's a real physical thing. So, okay, if an emotion has these two pieces, the label and the sensation, which one is actually running the show? Which one really defines what we're experiencing? I mean, really think about it. What makes an emotion feel good or bad to you? Is it the word we use, or is it the actual feeling that comes along with it? This is where it gets super interesting. See, the label is just a word. It lives in your head. But the sensation, that's what you're physically feeling in your body. And that is what decides if we call an emotion good or bad. A so-called bad emotion is really just an emotion that feels physically unpleasant. That's it. And this quote just nails it. If I told you, okay, right now, I need you to feel fidget, you'd have no idea what I'm talking about. And that's exactly the point. The word is totally meaningless because there's no physical sensation you can connect it to. The label has zero power on its own. So here's the huge takeaway. If you want to manage difficult emotions, you have to stop focusing on the label. The real work, the real change, happens when you learn to manage the physical sensation itself. The problem is, our brains are just wired to glom onto that label, and that leads us right into a super common trap. Let's break down exactly how we get ourselves stuck. This is the cycle that keeps us spinning our wheels. It all starts when we focus on the label, I am sad. The second we do that, our mind kicks into gear and starts telling a story about why we're sad. That story immediately pulls us into the past or the future, and the emotion itself, it just gets stuck, frozen in place. So, mental time travel, what is that exactly? It's when that story completely pulls your attention away from right here, right now. You're either replaying events from the past over and over, or you're jumping ahead worrying about the future. You're basically anywhere but the present moment. So if storytelling is what pulls us out of the present, how in the world do we get back? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. We shift our focus back into our bodies. And this is the breakthrough moment. You physically cannot feel last year's heartbreak in your chest right now. You can't feel tomorrow's anxiety in your stomach today. Your physical sensations can only exist in one place and time, the present moment. They are your anchor. So when you switch your focus to the physical sensation, something really powerful happens. It forces you back into the present moment, it hits the off switch on the storytelling machine, and most importantly, it allows the emotion to finally do what it's supposed to do and complete its natural life cycle. And that brings us to our last section, understanding that emotions were never meant to be permanent. They have a life of their own, a natural flow. You can think of every emotion like a wave. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's designed to rise up, hit its peak, and then just fade away. The problem is we are constantly getting in the way of that natural flow. We basically have three options. We can try to stop it right at the beginning, just block it, because we don't want to feel it, but that just traps the energy. Or we can get stuck in it, where we stop in the middle and just analyze and think and get lost in the story. That just keeps it from ever ending. Or we can choose the third path, allow it to flow. Just feel the physical sensation without fighting it
and let it complete its natural journey.
And this is really the whole point. We don't have to try and make bad emotions go away. We don't have to fix them. We just allow them. We feel them. And then we trust that once they complete their journey, they'll leave, all on their own.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. The next time a strong feeling comes up, are you going to get lost in its story? Or are you going to pause and just listen to its sensation? The choice you make right there, well, it could make all the difference.